The situation around Syria was one of the issues the Russian foreign minister addressed during a media conference after a United Nations Security Council meeting in New York. There for us was Kelly Maupin.
During the press conference, we heard a lot from the Russian foreign minister. He made wide-ranging comments about different parts of the world. Now, I had the opportunity to ask the foreign minister a question. I asked him about the fact that right now the USA says that its forces in Syria, which are there without the permission of the Syrian government, it says that they're only there to ensure the defeat of the ISIS terrorists. But at this point, now they're saying that to withdraw them would strengthen the Syrian government, the internationally recognized legitimate government of Syria. So I asked Sergei Lavrov about this kind of mixed message coming from U.S. leaders and what it's like, and he gave me this response.
The lack of a fundamental commitment to our agreements is typical of current U.S. diplomacy, including the reasons why the Americans stay in Syria. Rex Tillerson repeatedly stated that their only goal in Syria was the defeat of ISIL. Now they've got far more ambitious plans.
Another topic that came up during the press conference was the JCPOA. It was pointed out that the situation and the negotiations with North Korea could be affected if the USA is to withdraw from the Iran deal. Now, Lavrov was directly asked about the fact that Trump and others have questioned and talked about pulling the USA out of the Iran deal. This is what he had to say about the JCPOA.
The Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action was centered on Iran stopping its military nuclear program in exchange for the lifting of anti-Iran sanctions. A similar deal is now being tabled for North Korea. But if the Iran deal is seen to mean nothing, how can we expect the DPRK to approve a similar deal that could be retracted any moment?
It seemed one of the overall themes of Lavrov's remarks was Russia's efforts to stabilize the world and reduce the level of terrorism and instability around the world in different regions. He voiced some criticism of U.S. leaders and some frustrations, but overall, the theme was an effort to kind of get along with countries around the world and create stability in parts of the world that have been unstable and plagued by terrorism, violence, and extremism.